All Summer Long joins me here for Sports Hip Hop with DJ Mad Max, Live 365, iHeartRadio, all that. One of the most talented up and coming in the game. No One Compares available on YouTube right now, and it's going to be on the streaming platform soon. Is it? Because I noticed it wasn't on Apple Music, but we'll get right into that. But welcome to the show. How's everything going tonight, man?
Everything's going good, my man. Appreciate you for having me. Shout out L Nice, shout out Bobby. Guys moving me around right now, just making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do on all levels.
Of course. Now, No One Compares. Is that going to be on streaming platforms soon? Because I looked on Apple Music, it's not on there.
Yeah, so basically what we did was we got it out. It was like a quick balance, something for the fans. Beginning of the year as we plan, a dope way to roll out the rest of the music. So I kind of just threw it on YouTube exclusively, but we get some good feedback from it, and so we possibly gonna get it on the DSP for sure.
Oh, that's fire. How's this year feeling so far for you? Because there's big things in the works here. I've seen all the pictures, you and Jim Jones. I mean, you're songwriter for Jacquees and these guys. Dusty Locane, I think you dropped the hit right there. How's this year feeling so far for you? Because I think it's going to be big things, especially things I've heard from El Nice.
Absolutely, man, it's feeling good. I'm one of the ones. I'm one of the guys, and a lot of people don't know that yet. I ain't gonna toot my own horn, but behind closed doors, we putting down a lot of hits. I'm somebody that is going to be influential in the near future for a lot of hit records, and I am right now putting down a lot of records as well. But in the near future, I'm somebody to look out for. So this year we hit it off real strong. We're coming in, doing a lot of work for majors, not becoming artists as well, and we getting ready to put my music out. So I'm excited.
You're also Grammy nominated too. So tell me about that, getting Grammy nominated and what that was a part of, and just how it feels just coming into the game. It's so young now.
Yeah, nah. So basically, when I first came out to Atlanta, I was blessed to meet a guy called Keys. He was a part of a group called A1 Keys Production Collective, and he took to me and he basically opened the doors, gave me a lot of opportunities as a talented singer songwriter, and we basically just went from there. I was able to sit in on a session with him and Eric Bellinger, and co-write the single "What About Us" that went on Eric's album, and then obviously the album got nominated for Best R&B Album. So I was a part of that collection, and that was a beautiful start.
And you also got to write for Lil Durk too on his album. You've been doing some big things early on here. When was the moment that you found out that, because you said earlier, I'm really influential and I know I'm one of those guys. What was that moment for you? Was it the Grammy nomination?
Not even, to be honest. It's just, what happens in the studio. When you're in the studio, it's a lot of magic happening, and a lot of people aren't there, so they don't really know what's going on in these studios. We all have a favorite artist, and we don't know what it takes to make our favorite artist. Well, everybody doesn't know what it takes to make our favorite artist our favorite artist. Like Michael Jackson was a king in his own right, but he got in with with kings as well, and that's how he was able to curate the hit records that he's creating. And I realized that I'm very influential when I'm in the room. Like if I'm in the room and the music is playing, the ideas that I'm coming up with, the production aspect of creating a song, it's just what I do. Some guys paint, some guys, are good at driving trucks, good weightlifters. I'm very good at what I do is curating the record, curating the sound.
100%. There was something when I was doing my research on you, because El Nice gave me your prior name and I listened to some of the music, and there was a story out there. I don't know if you want to, I don't want to get into it if you don't want to, but I know what happened there. And is that the reason why you changed your name, to kind of shy away from that, or is it just this was strictly an artistic decision?
We never shying away from our story. I feel like your story is who you are. It makes you. It is a part of you. You can never shy away from things that happen to you, good or bad. So we never running away from it. And you know I'll tell a part of that story, but I'm gonna get a chance and opportunity to tell it the right way. But basically, I got shot a couple of times. I was lacking. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I ended up picking up some shots, and while I was down and out, while I was in the hospital, and then coming out of the hospital, I was music was like the only thing I could think about in that time. You know what I mean? Like it was it for me. It was the driving force, obviously, beside my son to get better. And thinking like when I finally get out of this hospital bed, when I'm finally able to walk again and be myself, and I can use my lungs, the way that I want to. I'm gonna be one of the best, to ever do it. I'm gonna be influential in black music and just music, period. You know what I mean? So, All Summer Long was like something I had curated in my head, in my heart, and in my mind that was like, I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna be doing this all summer long. I want to be a part of the summer jam. I want to be a part of the Billboard. I want to be a part of the times where music is just the most influential, and that's why I came up with that name.
No, I like that. And no, I know the story. It's very touching. And I know you had a lot of things lined up. It was almost like a momentum killer in a way, because I did read that you had like a bunch of photo ops, interviews, press things going on. It's just so crazy. I hope that guy gets what's coming to him and more. I don't want to give too much negative energy out there, but I don't agree with what went down. And you're here, you're moving along now in your journey, and All Summer Long is here. I will say this: I can't wait till the videos start dropping, because when I Google All Summer Long, I have to see that stiff Kid Rock everywhere.
We're gonna take over that. That's a lot of people has used that as like song names, but I'm using that as an artist name. So as we build, you getting us at a very early stage, and this is beautiful. I want to just say thank you, and I appreciate you for uh, coming in and having this interview with me at such an early stage. As on the artist side versus the songwriter side, and I believe that in the next few years we're gonna be doing big things, and the world's gonna know us.
Mm. I did want to get into your session with Jim Jones, and just what was it like working with him, because he's such a New York City legend, and just Dipset, Diplomats, and all that. So how was that energy being in the studio with him? Because everyone always says that Cam had his time, Joel's had his time, Jim Jones is running things right now, no doubt about it. So how does it feel to be with Jim during this era?
Shout out Jim Jones, man. Jim is a legend, a living legend in his own right. And shout out the whole Vamp life, because I like everybody over there. You got Phil over there, you got King over there. So I just vibe with them. I get it. I grew up in the trenches myself, and even though I shied away from it my whole life, I never wanted to be the guy that was like, the street guy. But I grew up having the big brothers that are like my blood brothers that are street guys. Cousins and uncles and guys in the neighborhood that I'm familiar with. And Jim is the essence of all of them, but like still black excellence. He wants to do great for the community, and he's that type of guy. He's a guy you can have a conversation with, and you can be yourself around him, and that's why I like Jim. I feel like Jim is also somebody that if you ain't being yourself, he's gonna check you and let you know like that ain't you. So I just gravitate to organic people, bro, and Jim was definitely one of those guys. And working with him, he can rap his ass off. Like I don't know if a lot of people know that, but Jim Jones can rap his ass off, like for real.
Yeah, he can. And I know people are always on him for early on in his career, but Jim's always made dope music to me. People just like to hate for no reason. He had his own style, and with time, it's just crazy how he's upped his game just every time he releases a new record. It's every new release you hear, it's just he's always challenging himself.
So I mean, I never heard no Jim tape, and if I hear it, I'm gonna crush it every time because as a composer, as somebody that's really writing records, and like I believe myself to be a lyricist, not just a vocalist, but a lyricist as well. I feel like Jim can keep up with the best of us. Like
100%. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know where they're coming from with that, but they need to go ahead and sit down somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. And they need to really use that energy for some of the people who are on the top charts on hip hop right now. Anyway, because there's a lot of yes men in this industry, and that's got to stop. But when we look at it from the standpoint of just you, because you're originally from the Bahamas, so talk to me about you getting to Atlanta from the Bahamas.
Yeah, I'm an island boy, man. I was born and raised in Nassau, Bahamas, New Providence, and I grew up there. I lived in Jamaica a little bit too. My mom is Jamaican, so I'm just an island boy at nature, Jamaican and Bahamian. I claim both of my roots, and I moved to America when I was about 13. I had moved to Florida. I was living in North Miami for a little bit, and then we came up to Sarasota 941 area, like Northport, Port Charlotte area. I was able to go to high school there, and graduate high school there, and then basically after I got out of high school, I realized shit, I ain't doing that. I'm sitting around. I left the slums to come to the hood and y'all ain't doing shit. I'm not doing shit. I find myself getting involved in certain shit, and I can tell like, I don't want to get too deep in the neighborhood and block shit. So I got to try to, push myself. And so I just came to Atlanta on a limb. That's how I met and Keys.
Mm. And you can see how that's flourishing right now, taking advantage of it and just showing your hard work. Are you kind of looking to move out of the Atlanta scene? Or I think Atlanta, it's where you got to be as far as music. But do you like New York? Because I mean, you got Dusty Locane, you got Jim Jones. Are you looking to kind of move up to the east, like up more by New York and all that?
I mean, for me, I think my next move would probably be LA.
I like that.
But I would say, because the guys in New York, I'm always be able to come to New York. Ellis from New York. Bob is, I think, from New York as well. So, my team is based out of New York. So, they got a lot of strong pull and good business relationships up that way. So, we always gonna be moving and floating around out there. But next step for me is LA, man. Write some of that pop music and just get involved with the pop culture and just expand my network because, true enough, I'm one of the guys already in the hood. A lot of people already know it.
How come you think it's so difficult when you kind of start out in R&B? Because I was actually just having this conversation with someone. Why is it so difficult to break out of that R&B box? Because I believe R&B, you can go pop. I mean, look at Beyonce. She's pop. Rihanna, pop. Whitney Houston, pop. But they kind of just keep you in that R&B box. Why do you think that is?
The problem is exactly that. Like, people say R&B just because you sing. Just because you sing don't make you an R&B artist. You know what I mean? Like, rhythm and blues is its own genre, right? Like, and just because you sing doesn't make you an R&B artist. So I think it's about showing the world you're versatile. You know what I mean? Showing the world that, hey, look, I can create a bunch of different sounds with my voice. It's an instrument. You know what I mean? So the trumpet doesn't have one key. A piano doesn't have one key. It can't just hold one chord. And it's the same way with a voice. We can manipulate our voices to sound, we can sound soulful if we want to. We can sound fun if we want to. And it's just a matter of just showing the world that, hey, just because I sing, it doesn't make me just an R&B singer. You know what I mean? Like, it makes me a singer, a vocalist. Like, I can do a lot of different things with this voice.
Mm. What are your plans as far as an album goes? Is there anything you can kind of give us a sneak peek into that you're working on?
For sure. So I might do an EP with Jim Jones. Me and my
Ooh.
team are working on that. That'll be dope. And then I'm working on my own personal EP that's called In My Own World. And it's because I do believe I'm in my own world a lot of times. I'm not caught up in what everybody else is doing. I'm genuinely on my own walk of life. So I feel like the EP name fits me perfectly and where I'm at in my life and what I'm doing right now. And we got so many big things coming that I just can't even say some of them because I don't want to give it before it comes out. But my catalog is gonna have some of the biggest names on it, and it's gonna be my personal catalog as a writer and as an artist.
I like this. I like. Are you kind of looking? Because I think a big issue today too, when I look at it, and I just think about it from the hip hop perspective. I look at it from the R&B perspective. No one's taking risks anymore. Everyone wants to do everything off of popularity. It's more of a popularity contest. But have you thought about kind of taking risks and wanting to work with like a Raphael Sadiq or, just like old legends in the game? Have you thought about just taking risks? And I look at it from the hip hop perspective. How come some of these rappers don't call up like a Kumo D or even like a DMC? Try to do something that's like, whoa, like out the box. Have you thought about taking risks yourself and working with like a legend someone may not think of right off the top of their head?
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. I think we starting to do that with working with Jim. Like I said, I think Jim, right? I think
100%.
that something like that that's going to be makes an impact and it's actually special. It's a moment. And like, so much more room to do other things like that. I'm already working closely with the legendary Troy Taylor, so let's not get it twisted. There's a couple legends that I'm already intertwined with that we already doing great things. Shout out to Troy Taylor. So.
What do you think the next? First let's get into the new single right now because the story behind it is crazy. Look, he's smiling. I did listen to it. I saw the visual. and you're just like, yo, you can make a girl go crazy in the video playing games. What about when the roles are reversed? Aren't the roles more reversed now during these times, though? Don't you think so?
It's a little bit of everything going on out there. Bit of everything, but that song came from a place of just poetry, man. Like it's just poetry. It's truth in it. It's a lot of truth in it. You know, it's like it could be a man or a woman. Everybody understands where it's like you've been in a situation where you really slept on somebody. Like they was good to you, they was genuine to you, they was vulnerable with you. And I guess whatever the reason was, you maybe wasn't focused on them at the time, and it's telling that eventually, you know, when they wasn't giving that same energy to you no more, you realize, damn, I lost something. You know, it's like we never really realized that we lost a good thing until it's gone, right? And then the moment it's gone, then it's like, damn, come back. You know what I mean? Like, can I get it back? So that's where that came from, bro. It's just poetry and just giving the world real scenarios and music, like taking music back to that place where it's not only just, you know, vulgar and loud and obnoxious, but like it's vulnerable and there's some truth in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's toxic. It's just with the whole relationship and society now, it's completely toxic. I say it all the time. We need dilemma back. We need all we need those times back, like Boys to Men. Now it's all about the Tinder culture and all that crap. But you know, I think I like that with the message that you're going for with, and you know, just preaching genuineness because we need that in society nowadays. Yeah, it's been turned upside down, but you know we have all summer long to give it back to us now. But man, oh, now when you get to LA, are you looking to touch down in the movie scene? What are some other things? I feel as though you might want to tap into that or some other artistic form outside of the music game too.
And I'm a music man, so I'm going strictly for music, you know, and art. You know, anything that's art. So like, you know, I'm looking to get in sync. I'm looking to, you know, I'm looking to. I don't ever want to be put in a box. I feel like I'm the artist that, you know, I want the companies to give me a chance to run the music department for, you know, the TV shows coming out and being, you know, being the guy that has the ear, that's writing for a lot of talents and big names. It's like I just want to have my hands all in on music for the rest of my life. I'm not like somebody that has that puts a cap on themselves and says I can only be this because the people will only rate me if I'm this. Like, nah, as long as my hands is involved in music and in black culture, I'm completely just I'm excited about it. You know what I mean?
No, and that's big, and you're going to be doing it big here. I know Al Nice. He told me his goal for this year. That label deal. Are we close? Are we getting closer here? I want to hear it from you.
For sure, I definitely believe that we like to split in the highway, goes again, being family to a good company. It's just inevitable. It's like it's inevitable. We've been putting in the work, and we're not looking for instant gratification or validation. We just working hard as hell, and then we know when the right situation comes to us, you know, it's gonna make some sense because at that time we'll have crazy portfolio. So just by putting in that work until we get our just
It's gonna happen. What's this K-pop record? Because you have over 100 million streams on it. That's big.
yeah, man. Shout out XG again. That was another play that came from Keys, man. Keys was super influential. Man. The other day he just wrote me and was like, bro, we got to get back in. And somebody that I definitely I admire because you know he gave me opportunities that just wasn't available or wasn't there to me early. But Avex is this like Japan company that came in to Atlanta, and the studio where I would work a lot with Keys, and we would be hand on doing a lot of camps. You know, we was just there cooking up. It was just like, yo, y'all got something for us? So it was like me, my boy Sheldon. We was just kind of and Mari G. We was just kind of locked in a room, just creating records, bro. And I got in the booth and started some crazy stuff. Utah had produced, and next thing you know, they was like, yo, we want that record. It was as simple as that. You know what I mean?
Mm. Now, what's your? How do you shift into gear? How do you get in focus once you get into the booth? Especially now, it's with social media. There's all these different distractions. How do you block out the noise and just start working on you?
I don't know everybody else, but for me, I just really love it. You know what I mean, I love it. When I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the studio. It's like I'm going to a happy place, bro. I'm going to somewhere that is like zen time for me. Like Like I can block out. If you're not there, I'm not thinking about you, bro. Respectfully. Like if you're not in the lab, I'm not thinking about you. I'm focused on music and the feeling that the instrumentation gives me. Like, it's like I'm one with the music when I'm in there. So I just be venting and just trying to make my best work whenever I'm in there too.
Yeah. And you could tell it definitely comes out on there. And it's only up from here. I know you mentioned the EP with Jim in My Own World. What's the next release here? What's the next single?
We working on that, man. I got some stuff in the tuck with the legendary DJ Spence. He has a lot of big hit records, Commas with Future, Blase with Ty Dolla Signs, and me and him got a couple just crazy joints in the tuck that we're gonna probably get those out in the near future. But we building, so I'm gonna sit down with the team and we're gonna discuss exactly what's next. But I got a lot of favorites. I got a lot of my records that are like to me. This is my favorite song. Each season has a song, so it has to be special for the season that we put out these records.
Now with you, because you're a big season guy, summer, is that the main time for you? Is that when you're really going to be going crazy?
Summer is when I'm just gonna be ignorant with it. Like I'm just gonna be having fun and I'm just gonna be all hands in. I'm gonna be everywhere with it. Like the summer is when I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it because those are the times that like we're gonna be able to do the biggest shows and stuff like that. So this summer, look out for me this summer. Look out for me this summer for sure.
Whew. I know it's definitely going to happen. Big things, all the big stages, Rolling Loud, you name it. He's going to be there. The red carpets, the award shows, all of it. It's coming all summer long. Is there anything else you would love to let your fans know? Anything else that we didn't talk about tonight?
Just to you, appreciate you for having me. And everybody that gets to listen or is listening, follow me on all my socials. Instagram, official All Summer Long, YouTube at All Summer Long, LNG at the end. And just stay tuned, man. We got a lot on the way, and we got a lot in the works, and it's crazy all summer.
Yeah, you already know he's got it. All right, man. Thank you for coming on the show all summer long. No One Compares. Go check that out. He's got the upcoming music coming out soon. Make sure you stay tuned. Go follow him on Instagram. Shout out to Al Nice for connecting us. And whenever you got something big that you're going to be, I mean, everything you drop is going to do numbers and do wonders for you because we already know you're solidified. But anytime you're ready to do press again, we'd love to get you back on here.
Absolutely. Shout out to my first interview of the year.
Oh, I appreciate that. That means a lot.
Thank you, my guy.
You already know, man. Until the next time, looking forward to seeing those billboards. You already know, man. Enjoy the rest of your night, all right? All right, man. Peace out.